We got a lot to talk about today. I'm going to be getting caught up here with everybody else. Let's see what stocks are popping today. So we're going to be talking about a few different things. We got to check out open. Let's see where open door is today. Open stock 828 currently for open door. It was coming back up to 860. It was coming back a little bit. Guys, if anyone, I'm going to have to say this multiple times today. If any, now don't buy stocks because I do. Okay? Do not buy these stocks. When you see my trades, I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm not here to say, hey, buy this stock. I'm not here to pump this stock. If by chance somehow you saw that post this morning around 10 a.m. when I told you I was buying One Group Hospitality, I actually bought One Group Hospitality while I was at the gym. If anybody invested in One Group Hospitality right after I posted that. Now don't invest, don't follow my lead. I'm on this platform. You'd be up 23% today. The problem is I only bought 1,000 shares of One Group Hospitality. I was going to do 3,000. I had the cashola in the account and I was going to buy 3,000. If I bought 3,000 shares and I would have been up 50, let's just say 50 cents, it's about 58, just say 50. I would have been up 1,500. My One Group Hospitality stock, though, 23%. That's ticker STKS. My investing, and this is very important for everybody on here. That's part of the reason why my investing strategy is different than somebody that's a lot younger, right? And that's what I talk about on here quite often because it's very important for you guys to understand. We're all at a different investing stage. So you're going to be on this platform. You're going to be on other platforms doing your research, which is great. There's tons of information out here. But what you need to understand is we're all in a different part of our lives and our investing. So for me right now, focusing a little bit more on the passive income and the dividends, along with a little bit more safety makes sense because I got like, let's just say 6 years from now, let's just say 55, 6 years, I'm clocking out, right? So that's why I have ETFs like SCHD. Now, if somebody was much younger, you could have a lot more risk, a lot more growth. If this AI thing gets messed up, I'm not into yield max, Francisco. I am happy about my new stock being up now 24%. So what's the best ETFs? I actually just made a video about 5 ETFs that are really good, solid choices for you guys to look at. And what's so great about ETFs is they are baskets of stocks within a sector generally, or you can get something, I think it's VGT, that's 4,000 stocks. Think about building your baseline. So having that foundation for your investing is going to be really good. You got to remember, like, I bought this stock today. I was just at the gym. I was like, I have a feeling, ticker STKS. I feel like this is about to rip. It ripped today, but I bought 1,000 shares. It wasn't even like I had to think about it. I mean, it was only about $2,500 investment. It was just log into the account, bada bing, bada boom, because I have my foundation built. If this thing went to zero tomorrow, it would hurt. I would be completely fine. Like nothing, everything's taken care of. Mikey, it's Dre. I have to come see you. I lost all my old pages. Oh, Dre, what's up? Thoughts on PSTV? Let's see. Can somebody have a stock that's over $1? By the way, I've actually had multiple comments and messages about stocks people are looking at in here. Multiple people have been like, Mikey, I bought this stock. I saw it in the chat. I did my research. I'm up, blah, blah, blah. Like we have some hot hits within the chats on these lives. I'm just letting you guys know that I hope you're taking notes. Plus Therapeutics, that was 16 cents. As firm seals partnership with, it looks like they're getting some partnerships. PSTV, Fire Seals partnership with United Healthcare. Ooh, got a little deal with UNH. Is that what I'm looking at here? This could be good. According to Plus Therapeutics, more than 11,000 tests have been performed, more 120,000 cancer. It looks like, what are we in biotech here? What kind of machine is this thing? I don't really know much about this stock, but I'm open to hear about it. Why is open going down more today? People are taking profits. I mean, you got to remember, a lot of people in Open Door have like 500%, 600%. I mean, at some point, they're going to be taking profits. Now, I did recently take I did make a video about an interesting article, how they're coming out. They're going to have the roadmap for Open Door, which I'm pretty excited about for everybody. And let's see, I'm looking at some more news for Open Door. Let's see. Open Door does have to settle. They have a lawsuit out for $39 million from March 18th, 2025. I don't know if they paid that out. $39 million could have bought a good amount of homes, probably about 80 to 100 homes, but it is. Let's see. Let me get back in the thoughts on Wolf Speed. You guys absolutely love Forgiven. What's going on? Welcome to the live. Let's see. Most of my portfolio is in Yield Max. This is my first year investing. Ooh, okay. So here's my problem with Yield Max. My problem, and if you invest in Yield Max and it works for you, look, hats off to you. That's great. The problem with Yield Max is you get all these dividends and people aren't calculating. You got to pay taxes on this stuff or distributions, right? So you're going to be paying taxes on a lot of this, which is going to, like, you think you're getting ahead. At the end of the day, it's like so much that you're going to be paying. You have to be very careful with some of that. VFF up 22%. Let's see, VFF. Oh my God. Village Farms. Harleen, were you the one that recommended this last week, Village Farms? This one's up 23%. Village Farms, and they did a buyback program. Do you think I have more room to go? I might be buying. It was down to 260. I could have made a minty on this, guys. I'm thinking about buying some VFF right now. If they're doing a share buyback program, that means the company's in good position. Let's see, cash purchasing. I got enough here. Let's do a little purchase, live purchase. I'm gonna have to make a video about it. Let's see, let me just buy a little bit. Stocks, VFF, I'm buying it right now, ticker VFF. Village Farms, I'm just gonna put in for 500. Okay, 1645 trade, price 329, that's fine. Okay, I just bought 500 shares of VFF. I will watch. So everyone start watching VFF. Of course, do your own due diligence. It has been an absolute rocket today. The one thing that I can say, we were looking at this last week. At 260 last week, this thing looked good. This is why you guys get on the lives. See, the warm, fuzzy feeling. That's what I had today when I was lifting weights and I bought the other one. You know, this is the thing. You get on these lives, we're sharing ideas. We're a community of retail investors looking for the next idea, you know, because it takes a lot of time to research. We all don't have time. We need to be focused on making money. That means making money over here to put in the market. But as a combined effort on these lives that we're doing, we can all do research and get ideas and then hopefully make things happen. Let's see. Okay, so here's some news. This was 7 hours ago. Village Farms announced a $10 million share repurchase. Not huge, but this is a small company, so 10 mil is pretty big. The program allows for the repurchase of 5.69 common shares, representing 5% of the company's outstanding shares. Small, but this is really good news for a company. Companies, you generally are only buying back shares of stock. I probably need to do a share buyback video on what it means. They're only generally doing this when they're in a really good position financially and think over the long haul, they're going to be looking really good. So I just bought 500 shares. I just bought that. I guess I'll make a video today, but I've still got work to do. Thank you so much for everyone joining me today. And thank you for everybody following. Thank you guys for all the gifts. I see it coming through here. What about TLRY? TLRY. Oh my God. We looked at TLRY last week. It's up 57% today. We looked, this Tilray brand's up 58%. We talked about it last week. Up 58% today. Well, I've been investing for just over 30 years, entrepreneur for 20 years. Yeah, it's good. Give you an example. In 2 years, basically 2 years, a couple years ago, I had 2 really good years. In those 2 years, I made more than the 30 years of working. So in 2 years, it equaled 30 years. That's how entrepreneurship works sometimes. Someone said BB stock. What do you guys love so much about BlackBerry? Let me know in the comments what you guys love about BlackBerry so much, because I always see BlackBerry. I should know the ticker by now. It's a multi-billion suit, almost $4 billion, $3 billion market cap. I don't know. I mean, it's up obviously in the last month, 30%, but it seems like everything's up in the last. Let's see. Let's get back. Let's see where Open Doors closing for the day. Selling off at the end of the day, not looking great. This is the thing. Open Door might be in a little bit of a holding pattern for the next few weeks unless it gets some really good news. Okay, so think about that. It might not have, it's going to need some news. They're working on it. I posted today that they have a roadmap coming out, which is important. They're getting in Figma. They're doing some new designs. I know they're working on projects. The problem you're going to see, I believe that I'm going to see, not what you can see, what you're going to see. The problem with this one is so many people are up so much in the last year or this year. We might see this like a slow burn back down. Now, I might start buying a little bit more as it comes down. Maybe like every time it comes down $1 or so, I might dollar cost average down. Thoughts on donut. Actually was going to buy Krispy Kreme today. There's a lot of interesting people buying Krispy Kreme. It's up about 4% today. And I feel like somebody has insider information and they're not telling us about it. I actually made a video. I was going to go, there's a Krispy Kreme here in Atlanta, right down the street from my house. And I was going to go there. Hope this isn't me calling you old, but if you could go back to your 20s, what would you do? If I'd go back to my 20s, I started investing in my first mutual fund. I bought when I was 15. I didn't have much money, but it was just like putting a couple coins together. I figured it out. Remember, 30 plus years ago, it was very difficult to buy and sell stocks, not like we can do today. We used to mail in checks and other stuff to buy dividend stocks and other things. And I just would have kept going and investing and realized the biggest problem with the younger generation, and this is what I'm teaching my niece, is this. People say, well, I can only save $20 a week. It's not going to add up. And what they need to understand is it's not about the $20 a week. It is about building the habit of investing on a consistent basis. When the stock market's going up, you're investing. As the stock market goes down, you're investing. It's building that consistent habit over a long period of time. I built the habit of staying physically fit my whole entire life since I was 18. Eating healthy since I was 18, for the most part. That's it. It's really just about consistency and doubling down on consistency. That's the most important thing probably in life. STKS, what am I doing with it? When am I selling it? Let's see, that thing's up 26% today, guys. I don't know if anyone saw my video. Now look, don't buy these stocks because I bought it, but this is just luck. This is not investing. Like I said, I just felt like this one was about to rip, and that's why I just bought 1,000 shares today. So yeah, thoughts on RR. You guys love RR. My thoughts are the same today as it was the other day. This thing needs more. Lululemon, I have highlighted that. It needs some more revenue. Like, I do more revenue than at my company than RR. I'm not bragging there. Like, this thing has a $660 million market cap. So it's crazy. The latest stock ticker, the last one that I bought, actually, I just bought a stock. VFF. I just bought VFF up 26% today. Absolutely ripping. I'm actually working on my website right now and my new website. And once I have that, I'm going to take notes of a lot of these tickers, and then I'm going to have it so you guys can get access to it. So if you came in late, I'm going to end up having probably one of my assistants be a moderator for this. And then that way we can make sure we share all these and everything else. So as you're getting on these lives, I don't want you to miss a ticker, because someone could have just came on right now and they missed something we talked about 20 minutes ago. So we can have somewhat of a recap. Or I can download the video. The problem is you can download the lives. I don't believe it includes the comments. If it did that, I could download the whole video. It'd be about an hour long. Put it on the other platform, if you know what I'm saying, the long form platform that's been around since 2005. But I'll work on it, okay? We're still, throw your tickers in here. Throw your tickers. Give me some ideas. Not just me. Give the community some ideas. Wolfspeed. Did Wolfspeed go up $20 today? We've been talking about Wolfspeed forever. I'm looking at Wolfspeed right now. It's at $22 a share, up 1,700%. They filed bankruptcy. Cancel shares, issues new stock. Okay, I got some news here for you. Wolfspeed canceled shares, issue new stock. Wolfspeed canceled all existing shares on September 29th. Stockholders may receive more shares if regulatory milestones are met. Looking for the best stock to buy. Okay. Wolfspeed canceled all previously issued and outstanding shares of its common stock. Existing common stockholders, yeah, it's not looking good, guys. Was halted multiple times. It's really bad. October 1st will be very interesting for open. Yes, it will. Thank you for all the new followers. We're growing this community. The amount of stocks that we talked about just last week, and I've had multiple people say, Mikey, that was the best lives last week because of these stock picks were pretty impressive. Chuck Hart, thank you so much. Chuck Hart, I just bought VFF. I don't know if you were on the live when we were talking about it last week. I just got in on VFF. And of course, I got in on, what's the other one I bought today? Guys, I'm losing it. I almost bought Krispy Kreme. Have you seen Wolfspeed going crazy? Chuck Hart, I think they're done or something. There's no way this is correct. There's no way Wolfspeed is correct. Let me check Yahoo Finance. There's no way they're up $20 today. Let me see. It says it's up $20. Guys, is this right? I don't know. Let me see if there's anything on CNBC. Let's check. Let's see what's going on. Labor Department won't release Friday's key jobs report, other data if government shuts down. I'm surprised they don't try to shut it down. Halted many times. I got in and out. Whoa. Dude, if I had like 10 G's in there, oh my God, today would have been a good birthday. This dividend fund, 7 ways to retire. Bitcoin rises. Bitcoin's back up to 114. Etsy pops 16% as OpenAI. Just a prediction, guys. No, all previous shares were canceled completely. People lost all their shares. It's going to be interesting to see. By the way, we're at 4.6. We're talking investing. People are going to be making some money. Let's see. Chuck Hart, did you see EA got bought? Yeah. EA got bought. Talked about this morning. That's pretty wild, by the way. Pretty crazy. A lot's happening, guys. The economy is in a weird place. What is it? Robinhood's up 12% today. Western Digital, I was talking about this morning, up 10%. Coinbase, missed that one. Robinhood's up 12%. This is the first day in a while, guys, that Open Door was at the bottom of the most active. It was at number 5. Open Door's usual volume is very light at 152 million relative to the last month. Okay. TLRY up 60%, Nvidia up 2%. Nvidia's kind of tapped out a little bit, I think. VFF. Chuck Hart earning call will be, okay, so the open earnings call, we're going to do a live event here, earnings call. That's going to be for sure. That's going to be November. I don't know when the earnings date will be. We're going to do the open earnings call. I'm stating it here. It's going to be amazing. Minty, what's up? Amanda Travels, what's going on? Any UK stocks? Lyft stock. Is Lyft up today? 5%. Lyft is doing pretty well. These autonomous vehicles, so Lyft, if you guys know, I posted about it, I think on this weekend. Lyft is now getting in with Waymos. God, Lyft is up 41% in the last month. Jesus. There is going to be a come to Jesus at some point with the market. There's way too much. It's gone way too much up. What's your thoughts on Tesla stock? Tesla, I think is, they still have a lot of money. I think once they get the robots going, it's going to be absolute game changer. Let's see. It's going to be absolute game changer because I think everybody's going to want these robots, whether they sell them or they lease them. I heard about leasing these. It's going to be wild what happens. Like the lifetime we're living in, the period of time we're living in, I think it's going to be absolutely crazy, similar to growing up with the internet coming out and all that. The robots, and that's where a lot of the robots are going to be coming in. We're going to hear more news about it over the years. So we have to think about who's doing the software, who's doing the chips, who's doing the batteries. The reason why I bought SCCO, if you guys know, I did that video on SCCO. I'm officially up 100% on that. That one's been ripping pretty well. It's at $121 a share and paying a nice dividend because it's a copper and you need copper for a lot of this stuff. So it could be interesting. BBAI, first time mentioned today, which is Surprise, because you guys talk about it all day, every day. BBAI down a little bit today. A lot of stuff sold off. I saw in the comments RZLV. Haven't even looked at it today. Ooh, who sold all their RZLV and didn't tell me? NVIDIA will provide chips for Optimus. Absolutely. ONDS. Let's see where that one's at today. ONDS is looking at 788. Wow. Guys, ONDS has been doing really well. We've been talking about that for the last month or two on here. So congrats anyone that's gotten the ONDS. Chuck Hart's got the #1 gifter badge. Chuck Hart is the man. By the way, we're almost at 10,000 here. You guys are doing great. We're a little late on the people here. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm, but make sure we're following. What do you think about Grab? Guys, I'm trying to buy Grab in the 5s. If it's in the 5s, it's at 6. By the way, thank you so much. You guys have almost got me to 10,000. If you're new to the live, make sure you get there. I know a little bit about investing. I've done pretty well. We talk about it, but my real background is we talk about marketing and entrepreneurship. That's like and branding and all that. That's like my bread and butter. I wanted to, this is the thing with investing. This is the thing with marketing. This is the thing with anything in your life. If you want to get in better shape, I feel like if you start watching more workout videos, right, and documenting some of this. And the same thing with investing. I have not a lot, it's all relative. Somebody always has more than you, right? I have a decent amount of real estate, right? Value is, it's probably it's good, right? But then I realized with the real estate, I want to have something a little bit more liquid, more passive income. Real estate for me is not technically passive. That's why I went all in on investing. And that's why I was like, okay, let me start putting it on here. Then once I started doing the investing, then it really started taking off. 80 days ago is when I started posting seriously on TikTok about investing. And I grew my following like maybe 17,000 followers in 80 days, but 7,000 in the last 2 weeks. So it's really been taking off. A lot of the lives and stuff, people have been like messaging me like, I wasn't even following you, but I saw your live. And they're like so excited because they got some stock tip and they did really well. Great. I was at TikTok headquarters in LA 2 weeks ago and talking about more TikTok shop marketing business stuff. And that was really cool. That was a good experience. And I'm just going to continue to grow this account, but then start mixing in a little bit more about entrepreneurship as well. Because like I always say, to get money into stocks, you got to make money to do that, right? Whether that's a business side hustle or something else. Your open video is what caught my attention in July. Yeah, so that first open video that I made when I bought 10,000 shares at $1.99, that thing blew up. Bloomberg called me. I had an interview with them, and that was pretty crazy. And I've done so many press interviews over the last 20 years of entrepreneurship. That was a fun thing. Getting a photo in there was awesome. Love your account from Canada. What part of Canada are you in, Julie? I think I actually have a lot of people in here from Canada. And thank you for all the birthday gifts today. What do you think about RR and Open Door? RR, you guys love RR more than anything I've ever seen in my life. How long do you think it'll have tide turns and everything starts falling? Who is that? Finbar Brooks. Let's see. We're going to have a come to Jesus. Quebec. Oh, I've never been to Quebec. I'm in Toronto. I love Toronto. I've been to Toronto many times. I do a lot of business with Shopify, so I went to Shopify multiple times in Toronto. I've been to Ottawa to their headquarters. Let's see. Do you like NUAI? Now, what is NUAI? Does anyone know about NUAI? Hold on. Let me get into my other. I might need to add NUAI to my new TikTok watch list. Oh, New Era. I've looked at this one before. I'm still on the fence. I haven't bought into NUAI, but you can only buy so many stocks. So, it doesn't mean that it's probably not amazing, but it's hard. What is the name of the stock you mentioned this morning what was it again? STKS. Oh my God. If you guys look at that, that's oh my God. If you listen to me, now don't ever buy stocks because I did, but if you did, you'd probably be up about 30% today. And that is complete luck. It was just a feeling I have. And, that was just complete luck. It's luck sometimes. Investing is sometimes luck. But that thing is looking like an absolute rocket. And Yeah. What other stocks are we looking at? I think it's the future. RR. Everyone thinks RR is the future. It could be. Maybe I'll buy just a little bit of RR eventually, just to be part of the RR team. I don't want to miss anything, but at the same time, I don't know. It just needs to get it. I know they're getting more partnerships. I got to keep an eye on RR's partnerships. They got to get their revenue up. Like this company does nothing in revenue. What tipped you off about One Group? I was reading a bunch of different articles about stuff, and it popped up in one of the articles, and I was like, "What is this?" And then I started looking at a little bit about the financials, and I was like, "Okay, this looks interesting." And let's see, there's a little bit of news. Okay, so now it's hitting a little news. The One Group shares skyrocket. What you need to know. I was reading some news about it, and I think someone said that, oh, here, this might be it. Open door activist Randian set sights on One Group turnaround. Think that there's a lot of stocks that have been coming like making good comebacks, and this one hadn't yet. And it's just honestly luck with timing. So sometimes with some of these stocks, you just luck out with timing. And I pretty much lucked out today because this thing has been, I don't know what the short interest was of this because I don't know if they had a high short interest, but if they did, this one, I mean, I'm pissed I only bought 1,000 shares. I really should have bought like at least 3,000 shares of this one, but it is what it is. That wasn't my pick. That was Helene. Yeah, that wasn't my pick, but we talked about it on the live. These lives are literally, the stocks on here are wild, the stuff we're talking about here. Did you sell and get profits? Or are you holding? Snowcastle Princess, which one are we talking about? VFS was killer and STEF. Do you have stocks? EVTOL stock. Oh, Joby and Boeing. I don't have, unless it's in a ETF. I'm sure I have some of those, but it had to be in it. So let's look at SRM stock. Surf Air Mobility. Been beaten up a little bit over the last 5 days, a little choppy, but looking good for 6 months. 182 mil market cap. It's right in the middle. It's a 52-week low of $1.19, 52-week high of $9.91. Much about SRFM, but because we talked about it, it'll probably go up 50% next week. Loan Depot, I haven't even looked at Loan Depot today. LDI. Let's see, Loan Depot. I got to do some research to see some other stocks similar to Loan Depot. Loan Depot might do really good. Oh, Palantir has an ownership in them. Do you do options? I occasionally do options. I dumped LDI. Don't hate me as it's small cap, but I have HOVR and I just exploded. Don't know why. There is going to be, I don't know when it's going to be, but there will be a refinancing boom some point soon that will hump the consumer. Horizon Aircraft. I think we've definitely talked about this one before. Sometimes these things just start going up. There's so much money in the market right now, guys. That's what you need to know. There's so much cash in the market. It's absolutely crazy how much money is in there. The reason all this tanking 2 days, I don't know, what people are just selling off because things up 100%. I almost sold RZLV when it was at like 7, but I was just like, man, I'm just going to hold on to it for a little bit. Let's see, it's tanked 12%. Still way up on this thing. That's the thing. Like a lot of people like me are still way up on this. So it is what it is. My employer is a great stock if you want to look at AEM. Let's look at AEM, guys. Agile Eagle Mines pays a dividend. Solid PE. Our basic mineral materials lagging. Yeah, this one looks like an interesting play. It's had an amazing 6 months. It's had an amazing year. A few options in this. What's going on, Yoni? If you have options in this, that would have been awesome. Or got stock options. Data Vault AI. DVLT up 5.5%. Yeah, that one ripped last week, I thought. Yeah, that was up 173% last week. That's crazy. Just be careful if you're getting in some of these. Sometimes I'll sell people like, oh, you sold too early. I'm not holding this thing when these things come down. Do you know why BFF went up so much today and you're holding long term? It went up probably because we talked about it. Is Open a TikTok meme stock? Open Door for me, even though I'm an investor in it, and you guys are going to hate me for saying, because I know the love for Open Door is crazy. It is, I still feel like it's a little high for where it is today because the fundamentals of the company have not changed. Although the new CEO and other people they're bringing in there is going to be good. Gilly, what's up? What do you think about Open Door? Did you see Wolf stock? Let's see. Yeah, so the Wolf stock, the Wolfie here is Wolf speed was crazy today. There's a lot of people making a lot of money, guys. This is the thing too. Like with our economy right now, yeah, let's talk about the economy and think about the economy. The lower middle class that are not investing right now are getting so cooked. It's not even funny. Like there's going to be such a gap and separation here because everybody like on this live that we're investing, even if it's not a lot, it doesn't matter. Like there's so many people making so much money and jumping ahead right now. I don't know how long it's going to last before there could be a potential sell off in the market just because it's been so crazy. But it's going to be very painful for people that aren't making a lot of money right now and being able to invest. I mean, it's going to be painful. I'm telling you. Tesla, by the way, is at $443 a share. I forgot, I bought like $30,000 worth of Tesla in 2018. I think it'd be worth $2 million right now. 2 million, 30,000 into 2 million. Whew. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about a recession, about are we going into a recession? And a lot of people are thinking we're already in a recession. Are we or not? I don't really know. And you know, it's not usually the market that's going to justify it, or you're going to know from the stock market because it stays, you know, ahead. Harley, and I wish I got into Tesla before. I really wish I didn't sell my shares of Tesla. I don't even know why I sold my shares of Tesla. I think I was just buying and selling stocks just for fun. I really wish I held my shares of Tesla because to have $2 million in Tesla right now would feel absolutely amazing. Why don't you talk gold miner stocks? I just don't know that much about gold miner stocks. So every day I wake up wondering if the market's going to crash. Yeah, it's not, but this is the thing, work times. This is a good point. Is the good point about that is if you're invested in quality stocks over the long run, you'll be okay. What you don't want to do is get in some of these stocks that are meme stocks or just kind of getting overly inflated with no revenues or profits. And when this thing crashes and you're like, oh, it might come back and it takes 10 years to come back. So you're either going to sell at a loss and then just kind of deduct it from your earnings on your taxes, or, you know, I don't know, UNFI. So UNFI, I don't know if I've ever looked that up, but I know that is a food distribution company because I used to be in the food industry for some time with my brand. UNFI is looking pretty good. I mean, at this point, it's almost like what stock doesn't look good. Every time I keep pulling these up, every stock's up 80%. Not even realistic. What world are we living in? There's so many people that are, you know, in the previous years, like pre-2020, if we made 10% in a year, we're so happy. And now it's like people are like, I got to make 10% today. It's wild down here. It's wild. I'm telling you. NBIS. Let's see. NBIS. No, I'm not talking about gold stocks crashing. We're just talking about the market in general just being so hot. Nebius Group. I think we recently talked about this one. Year to date's up 200. 1 year it's up 451%. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is the market. What's up with Open Door? Please tell me some good news. No good news on Open Door today other than they're working over there. I think we got new people. And this is the thing. Open Door's talking about going from 1,400 people down to 200. People over there working because they're trying to keep their jobs. They've been chilling for the last 2-3 years. Now they're worried about losing their jobs, so maybe they are getting some work done, okay? Oscar Health looking healthy. Let's look at Oscar today. Yeah, Oscar Health has been doing good, guys. Over the last month, up 15%. I mean, 6 months, 45%. That's solid. People from Puerto Rico, Denver, New York. They came in from Nashville. I had people all over, and they surprised me. I can't believe they got me because it's very difficult to surprise me these days. I see everything. Do you use margin? I don't use margin. The reason why is I don't want to be over leveraged. I have I have a decent amount of leverage in real estate. So I don't want leverage in real estate and leverage on this side. So there's like different sides. I don't want to be over leveraged just in case. because that's could be a recipe for disaster. Like if I did some leverage for the stocks and maybe the money I can make on here versus the risk versus reward could be bad. How many properties do you have? I have one, two, three, four, five, six. Six right now. We sold one. We were at seven. So like this building here, it's a 4,000 square foot commercial building. We have a 5,000 square foot commercial building, my place, rental condo. If you guys saw the videos down when I was down in the DR of the villa down there, which is for rent now, well, it'll be rent for in like a month. Our 2-year tenant just left. So I was down there hanging out, even though the background did not look real, because I can't even believe, I never thought in my life that I would even be able to stay in a place like this, but then to be like an owner of a place like this, it's unbelievable, because I never thought that was even possible. And that's another reason why I make these videos, to let you guys know things are possible no matter where you are in life. 10 years ago, I was negative, everything negative. Credit, 12 years ago, credit was probably like crushed. When my business failed, I lost everything basically. So I had to rebuild everything. Is homes cheap in Atlanta? They used to be cheap here relative. I think you're in Toronto, relative to Toronto. It's just been crazy here. The amount of real estate is just been, it's gone up a lot here. A lot of people from California moved here when the movies were big. Now, Georgia made the mistake of not doing the tax credit. The Yield Max funds, I don't touch the Yield Max funds anymore. I had ULTY. Nope, no more. If it works for you, it works for you. I'm not paying all these taxes on the dividends. BBAI, I know you guys love BBAI and SCSAI. I haven't bought it yet. I'm done with the Yield Max. It's not worth it for me. I'd rather invest in like QQQI or SPYI. Cipher mining, we've been talking about that for a while, and it's up 65% in the last month. So whoever's been on the live and bought CIFR, you are smarter than me, because I forgot to buy it. GPRO, GoPro, is that making a comeback? Oh, no. GoPro might be cooked. I really like DJI products personally. GoPro might be cooked with like the cell phones getting better. Who wants to carry this GoPro around? I have a GoPro and it's like, am I carrying this anywhere? Like some friend borrowed it to go to Mexico and I was like, please borrow this thing. I don't know about GoPro. I don't know about Krispy Kreme. Like I almost bought Krispy Kreme today. And us still up 4%. Yeah, no more new news. Open Door, yeah, down a little, $8.19. It is what it is. What's the next big play? So what we bought today, your favorite realtor, we bought STKS today, which absolutely rip knocked up about 30%. You can see my video, and I even put my trade up there, up 30% today. And then I just got into VFF. What's going on with SCHD the past year? SCHD has been hanging out at $27 a share, so I can buy more because I need to get a little bit more. I think SCHD is going to do a little bit better in the lower interest rate environment. What happens is when they reconfigured and reconstituted all the shares, whatever you want to call it, they really, like, it happened at the wrong time. And I think it really messed up the ETF for this year. It was like really cooked this year. Minty, you got it right. Any thoughts on BBAI and RR? I'm not invested in those as of yet. Thoughts on ticker ENTA? Is this a new one? Pharmaceuticals. I think ENTA, you should have told me about that last week, because it's up 91% today. Can a stock stop going up 100% in a day? What is going on over here? This is like not even realistic. So I think it went up 90% today. So I would be a little worried about buying it today. I don't know. Soundhound, what has happened with Soundhound? Soundhound's still looking 100% in 6 months. Look, if you invested almost in anything in the last 6 months or a year, you just made a lot of freaking money. I bought STKS today and it's up about 30%. It's just, I had that feeling. Energy Fuels. I don't know about this one, Energy Fuels. Should you invest? I don't know about that one. Yes, we're used to 10% every couple of weeks. I know, crazy here. Like if a stock doesn't go up 50% in a week, people are like, oh my God, this stock is horrible. Look, 10% a year is kind of normal, okay? So this is crazy. World is just crazy, crazy time in this world. Everybody is just making too much money in the market. Nancy Pelosi, the greatest investor of all time. I haven't even talked about entrepreneurship yet. Guys, when we start talking about entrepreneurship and really making money, because like I said, you have to make money to get into the ABTC. What's ABTC? Wait, we talked about this stock before. ABTC, American Bitcoin. Guys, I know a lot of people like crypto. I still have not got into crypto personally. It's just not my thing. When I buy real estate and stuff, I can see it. If it's a company that sells a product, I can see it. I knew about Bitcoin when it was $1. I still have the message. I'd have to find it. My developer was like, hey, Mikey, there's this thing called Bitcoin. You want me to try to develop it into your shopping cart? This is like pre-Shopify. This is like 2010 maybe. And I was like, what is this? And he's like, it's a digital currency. I was like, this doesn't even make sense. Literally, it might have been $1. It's kind of crazy. The great thing is, I've been connecting with you guys and we've been doing these lives and getting stock picks. Like if you're of these 84 people and don't realize the stock picks that we've had here over the last couple months has been wild, like wild. Tesla prediction, end of year. I don't like to predict stocks. Tesla, I think, might have some problems with, this is the problem. Okay, I called VFF. Tesla in China, I know is struggling a little bit. I got to call my friends over there. Actually, one of my friends is in town from China that I do business with. So I'm going to have dinner with him tonight. I'm going to talk to him. If you've ever been to China and now a lot of the Chinese cars are in different countries, not obviously in the US. These cars are so good. One of my business partners over there, it's a Huawei, I believe it's a Huawei SUV. And he's like, he had a G-Wagon Mercedes, which in China is like twice as expensive. He sold that, bought this thing that was 60 grand. It's so baller. And he's like, I would never go back to that. And I'm like, yeah, why would you? This thing's, absolutely gorgeous. The problem you're going to see, the reason why I don't invest in the EVs sector in China is this. China is a consistent race to the bottom. So like I do e-commerce, you guys are going to see the products. They're going to just continue to cut and cut and cut until the whole sector, nobody makes money. And this is, Warren Buffett, and I've been talking about this with friends for a while. Like Warren Buffett just sold all his BYD. They've been investing in them for a while. It's just a constant race to the bottom. Like they will literally make no money just to sell. It doesn't make sense. Edwards inside on VFF. Dude, VFF was killer pick last week, guys. STKS, killer pick up 30%. Why did I went cheap today and only bought 1,000 shares. That was really a bad move because I could have been, let's see, it's up 76 cents. If I bought 3,000 shares, that would have been up 2 G's today. I wouldn't have done anything, make 2 G's. I would have taken the 2 G's. I would have bought 38 shares of QQQI. Those 38 shares paying 60 cents a month dividend, about $20 a month. I'd make $20 a month for the rest of my life from nothing. Mikey, check out PSTV. Absolutely, I will. PSTV. If I did options on the stock today, plus therapeutics up 34%. Guys, is everything up 100%, 50% today? Like in 1 month, up 80%? Favorite dividend stocks? I think a lot of them are my ETFs. DFLI. Real quick, and I'll talk some dividends. Dragonfly, I think this one's probably a little small for me. 40 mil. Actually, I haven't seen BNZI. I do own that. BNZI is stuck at $268 a share. RZLV, not making me happy. RZLV's got hit. It might be a good time for me to pick up a little bit more RZLV. It could be a good time to get into RZLV. I was thinking about buying Krispy Kreme because we got people buying that. And there's something going on here, something inside. Somebody knows something. The government's going to shut down. Everyone's going to go grab donuts. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. So I don't know. But Krispy Kreme, they were paying a dividend. They cut their dividend. So that's not good. I think Shaq owns the one. There's one right by where I live, and I think in Atlanta. Let's see. Did Drake invest in Open Door yet, guys? Oh my God, that's just crazy to me. Let's see. Let me check a lot of donuts being sold Halloween, Christmas. Microbet Medical. I've never heard of this stock. 168 mil market cap. We have a Krispy Kreme in Toronto. Apparently, this store makes the highest revenue in the world. Really? Wow. I mean, Krispy Kreme is good. A VPN to get on there. Hood cooked today. Robinhood cooked today. It did. I was going to buy it when it announced that it was going in the S&P 500. It's up 31% in the last month. I bought it at 100. Yeah, that's a good move. You're looking up 30%, 36% right there. Yeah, Robinhood's just, why did Robinhood go up so much today? Okay, let me find out. I'm going to give you guys the news on Robinhood. I know a lot of people invest in Robinhood. Jumped 9% afternoon session after the stock hit a new time high, $132, amid a confluence of positive catalysts, including robust business growth and multiple analyst price targets upgrades. Here's the thing is there's so much money in the market right now. So many people are investing in the market right now. And I feel like the younger generation, especially people in their 20s, even 18, 19, are investing in the market much more because it's so much easier. They've made it so much easier to invest in the stock market. There's so much more information out there. So it just makes it easier. So stocks like this, and that's one of the reasons why I need to buy more SoFi, which is at 27.55. SoFi's down a little bit today. This could be another good chance for me to pick up another 100 shares because I'm trying to get to my 1,000 goal. Do you guys do a little poll here? Do you guys have a list? So you have your list of stocks. Do you have a list of like how many shares you want or a dollar value by like the end of the year? That's something I started doing this year and it started helping me out. Do you guys set goals for your stocks of how many shares you want? So like UNH, I wanted 30. So if I need 1,000, SCHG is 1,500, SCHG is 2,000 by the end of the year. So I already have a lot of these stocks. The warm fuzzy feeling. That's it.